This is an allegedly true horror story sent to me by a friend who, for privacy reasons, prefers not to share their name or email address. Enjoy. It was June of 2014, and I was 16 years old. I lived in Salt Lake City, Utah. My parents had gone to Fiji for a week for their 15th anniversary, and I was left at home with my cat. I had no brothers or sisters, and my grandparents lived some 250 miles west of town. My only relative that lived nearby was my Uncle Ben, who I never really saw very much because he was sort of a recluse. I had a great time while my parents were away up until the third night. At around 8 p.m., after watching YouTube videos and horror movies all day, I was getting hungry. So, I hopped in my car and drove to the local McDonald's. I remember that I got 2 Big Macs, a large fries, and a large Dr. Pepper. I was quite a big eater at the time. I decided, rather than eating there, that I'd take my food home and watch The Evil Dead, seeing as my mom wasn't there to stop me. After I finished watching it, I wolfed down a tub of chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream I found in the freezer. I was pretty full, so I just lay on the couch, watching TV for about 3 hours. At about 2 in the morning, I was starting to nod off, so I decided it would be a good time to turn off the TV and get some shut-eye. I brushed my teeth, put on my pajamas, and got into bed. My house has a basement, a main floor, a second floor, and an attic. My bedroom is on the main floor. For some reason, though, it is connected to the basement through a trapdoor in the closet. I know that you're thinking this will just be another cliched, creepy guy hiding in the closet stories that you're bored of, but it's not at all. That was just a red herring. Anyway, skip ahead to around 3 a.m. I had only been asleep for around 30 minutes when I woke to what sounded like the closed chute door snapping shut in the upstairs bathroom. I was baffled as to how that could have happened. My cat was in the bed right next to me, and all the windows in the house were shut, so there couldn't have been a breeze. I was too tired to go investigate, so I just brushed it off as my imagination and went back to sleep. 20 minutes later, the same noise woke me again. This time I was a bit scared. I hesitated a few moments before deciding to get out of bed and see what it was. I have this crazy gadget with me that I can use to turn on lights in the house from anywhere I want to. I turned on all the lights in the path to the upstairs bathroom. As I was approaching the stairs, the power went out suddenly. I still have no idea to this day how that happened, because the weather was very calm and the electrical box hadn't been tampered with when I checked the next day. Great, I thought. I have to go looking around my pitch-black house for this obscure noise coming from what I thought was the upstairs bathroom. I didn't have a flashlight on me, and I didn't know where they were kept, so I just descended the stairs slowly, completely defenseless, blinded by the night. I entered the bathroom and quickly took notice of a foul odor emitting from inside of the clothes chute. I nudged on the door, but it wouldn't open. Something squishy was blocking it. It was moving. Now I was truly afraid as I thought of what could be in that chute. It took several minutes for me to muster the courage to go down to the basement and look up inside of it. When I was at the bottom of the basement steps, I heard rustling noises coming from all the way up in the attic. I was now confused, frustrated, and scared all at the same time. I looked up into the clothes chute, hoping that whatever had been in it would be gone. The faint glow from the moon, coming through the windows, revealed a pair of lifeless human eyes staring blankly back at me from 2 floors up. I froze, petrified, and stood for what felt like hours, until, out of nowhere, blood started dripping onto my forehead. It took me a while to notice, but when I did, I also heard a loud scraping noise and saw the eyes coming closer rapidly, shooting down the shaft. I jolted my head back just in time to see a corpse down into the laundry basket. It was the body of a young boy. He looked like he had just died, as he was covered in fresh blood. I was so disturbed and horrified that I literally just bolted out of my house and raced to the police station. When the cops investigated my house, the body was gone and no signs of a break-in were found. There were also no signs that anyone had been up in the attic. It remains a mystery to this day. Needless to say, I've never stayed home alone at my house overnight, and there hasn't been one day since that night that I haven't thought about it.